As we've been reporting, the president is blasting reports about a plan to replace his Secretary of State. The president says Rex Tillerson is not leaving. Back to the White House correspondent John Roberts. John, this is developing in this hour. The president sent out a tweet, and we're hearing from Rex Tillerson now?
Yeah, the president obviously is blasting this as fake news, even though I've been told by a number of people inside and outside the building that a departure of the Secretary of State at some point early in the new year is widely expected, which is why they want to have a plan in place to replace it. But when he was meeting with the Prime Minister of Libya earlier today, Rex Tillerson himself was asked about it and had a chance to, from the horse's mouth, at least on his side, correct the record. Listen here.
Can you just say something about how this is being handled?
It's laughable. It's laughable.
It's laughable. It's laughable, the Secretary of State said. Now, don't forget, a lot of these questions, though, the way they have been posed are you going to push out the Secretary of State, or does the president want you to leave, or are you being fired? But I'm not told, Shep, by anybody in the administration that he's being pushed out. They're just planning for a logical chain of succession should he choose to leave early in the new year. So this may not be a case of the president pushing him out. It may be a case of the Secretary of State just deciding he's had enough of being Secretary of State and he wants to go off to the next phase of his life. But there is a lot of talk here at the White House about what to do when he leaves. That's what we've got in it, Shep.
Hey, John, while you're here, how, if at all, does this Flynn guilty plea and beyond affect the president's agenda?
Well, let me ask you this question, Shep. How many people are talking about a historic vote on tax reform in the Senate today? Not a lot. I mean, that was supposed to be the big news of the day, and that's been completely blown off the headlines. It's looking like there could be a vote sometime later today, which would be a huge feather in the president's cap. That was his signature legislative agenda issue that he wanted to get done. And now all anybody's talking about is Michael Flynn. And now that this is inside the White House, even though Flynn's not there, it's going to be a cloud over everything. And certainly it is going to muddy up the waters as the president tries to enlist Russia's help on reining in North Korea's nuclear program and what to do about Syria and to try to get that place a little more stable and then transition to a political solution of what to do with Bashar al-Assad. So, Shep, it's basically, it's going to create a mess for a long time here at the White House until Robert Mueller comes out at one point and says either there's no there or we're taking down one of the big fish. We'll see.
And we don't know when that will be. John Roberts on the North Lawn. Thank you, sir.